Hey, and look what they're doing to me. Here's one right up there. Yep. All the way from the horizon with a few skips in between. Then a crisscross. Then another one here that's already starting to expand out, as you can see. And a couple over there. There's another guy over there. Yep. Well, they did say should plan on getting rain in the next few days, so there you go. But I don't know what they're trying to pull. I don't know what they're spraying. I don't like it. I figure they can poison us out here in the desert. Now that one looks like just a regular contrail right now. But we'll see if all of a sudden, like right now, it starts getting longer and longer and longer. Yep. So he started his spray right there. Well, anyway, just wanted to cover that. I'm sorry for the angle of the camera there. Happy Groundhog Day, everybody. And apparently the groundhog, if you believe in that kind of stuff, saw his shadow, so we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. That means we can't expect spring to break until middle of March. Go figure. And use a calculator, you'll figure faster. Hey, so I wanted to get that out. I did laundry today, even though there's winds. The temperature was like 78 degrees today with this wind, and it's a nice warm wind. So I had the clothes on the dryer here, and it only took 10 minutes for the clothes to go from wet out of the washer to dry, folded in the laundry basket. Go figure again, right? So that was another thing I did. Next, I just fed all the dogs and the poopies. It looks like they've already gone through. I had these water bowls just now. I just topped them off just before I picked up the phone to do this video. They're going through a lot of water. And there's Mom down there playing with the poopies. So I did go into the garden today and show you what I did, because it is such a nice warm spring day. I just had garden fever, and I'm sure those of you who grow your own vegetables and fruits know what I'm talking about. So, ambrosia, that's a scion from ambrosia. I had to prune some of the combination pear apple over there, and when I do that, I hate throwing away the scions that could be used for grafting. So I grafted that one into the same size branch right here on the quince tree, because quince trees are compatible with apples and pears. So I've got this marked ambrosia, which is the type of apple it is, 2125. That's when it was grafted, so I remember later. I got another one down here on that branch right there. And I got another one down there on that sprout that was coming up out of there, which is a lot longer than I normally like to make them. But hey, I'm going to give it a shot, see what happens. So if it doesn't have enough energy, I can always cut it back and then use that other piece for another scion. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 new grafts on here, all marked 2125 ambrosia apple. So I see the buds are starting to show up on the ends of these branches. That means the sap is starting to flow. So that'll be a good thing. This is all my garlic that was mixed in with the onions over there. So I moved the garlic over into this little area by itself. And I transplanted these actually yesterday, and they are already looking nice and healthy. They just took right away. I kept the soil nice and damp and moist, and I got a lot of the manure mixed in, so they're liking it. And this is all onion. Of course, some are red onion, some are yellow onion, some are sweet onion, and some are white onion. So got those all right here, and they're all looking pretty healthy. I got some green coming up on my asparagus. And then over here, I trimmed back the small grapevine. I pruned it back, and I left 5 long stringers on it. That little arm right there should actually be cut off, but I want something coming out this side of it, so I left that on there and see how it goes. If it looks like it's struggling, I'll clip that off. All right, so everything that's underneath the plastic is looking really healthy. I'm not going to lift those right now. My rosemary is not looking too healthy, but I've got to move that box that's on top of there. That was another experiment I tried, and it worked for a while, but the winters get just too cold. Doesn't matter if you put a box around them. But yeah, everything's looking good. These are all nice and flexible. So last night, just around 9 p.m., I guess, the dogs were going wacko. I mean, all of them, barking like crazy. So I got up and I started looking out the windows to see what was going on. And when I looked in that direction, there was this gigantic, bright white light pointing right at my cabin. It was blinding. It was horrible. And then I could see, above that, I could see some flashing red lights. And I'm like, what the hell is that? So I contacted my neighbors and I said, can you guys see that from where you're at? And everybody said, no, I don't see anything. So anyway, I just kept an eye on it. And then all of a sudden, some lights shot off from it that way, real fast. It went that way. And then some shot off and went that way. I went, what the heck? And that big bright one is still in the middle. But then all of a sudden, the red lights were up higher and you could see them really clear, and they were flashing, strobing. And I said, what is this, a UFO or what? So I just kept an eye on it, and all of a sudden, the lights went out and it shot down that way. It was some idiots in side-by-sides with all these decorative lights on there, and this guy had a night sun type setup on there, and he was pointing it right at my cabin, sitting in the road right out there. All right, that is ridiculous. Next time I come out and I see that stuff, I'm going to give them one warning shot, and that's it. The next ones are all going at them. That's bullshit. Somebody's got to stop these idiots. They come out here to the desert and they think they can do whatever they want. Until I put up a fence around most of my property, they would come out on weekends on dirt bikes and just cut right across. While I was here, they'd come ripping through my property like, hey, look at me, I'm cool, I'm on a motorcycle. Man, I'll tell you what, it is not funny. It is not funny at all. They have no respect, and they're supposed to check for proper places to ride, and this is not one of them. All of the land on both sides of the road that comes in here out there is all privately owned. It's all private property. And there's a sign down there, well, I don't know if it's still there, I put it up, all the way down by the highway down there. When they first pull in, the place they like to park down there and unload their vehicles, I put a sign up there and I said, stick to the marked trails. All property on both sides of this road coming in, and I put it by name, is private property. We don't appreciate you tearing up our land. And it worked for a while, about 2 years. Didn't have any problems, but now it's starting again. Not happy with that. Anyway, I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done. I just wanted to show you that. Everything's got a good watering, and there's rain coming this week, so I shouldn't have to water for a while. Oh yeah, I got a grape graft on here, and that's a purple seedless, and the main trunk is a green seedless. They're both Thompsons, but one is purple, one is green. I'm trying to get them to grow on both of the types of grapes on this one vine. So I grafted one in here and one down here in the main trunk, and we'll see if they take. And if not, there's always another chance to graft on here. And one of the best ways I've seen of grafting grapevines is that the guy sticks the scion in a pencil sharpener and sharpens it with a pencil sharpener type taper on the end. And then he has a drill that's shaped the same way, and he drills a hole right into the main trunk. The depth, that same depth as the sharpened end of the piece. Then he sticks that in there and then wraps it up with the plastic wrap to keep out moisture and that stuff. I may try that next time, because I did it once before. I did try a graft here. It didn't take. You can see the flap right there. This time I actually cut right into the trunk and exposed the cambium layer, and it was nice and green. And I got the scion, I got the cambium layer all the way around the taper cut exposed, so that it should make contact in there somehow. And did the same thing with this one up here. So I'll see if those take. I'll let you know. I want to thank you all for joining me, everybody. I got a joke for you before I sign off. So anyway, a long time ago, I was dating this girl named Lorraine. And we were going out for quite a while, and then I don't know what it was. We kind of like were falling apart, but neither one of us would admit it. And then suddenly, one day, I got back to our apartment, and there was a note there on the fridge that said that she was leaving. She's gone. She had packed up all her stuff and gone while I was at work. So that was the end of that. But the same day, when I was out having lunch, I met a girl named Clara Lee. And she was a sweetheart of a girl. And then I just realized that I had told Clara Lee that I was still in a relationship that I was trying to figure out how to get out of. But I can't do anything right now because I'm in a relationship. But now that I got this letter on the refrigerator, I can see clearly now. Lorraine is gone. All right, everybody, that's the joke. Thanks for joining me. This is G Bear signing off.